Hello and welcome to a new episode of the devlog of Runes of Aereal. So today I'm going to show you that I've implemented 3 new artifacts. So here we have the Emerald Stone. So at the start of the combat, petrify a random creature. And then we have the Talisman. When you are poisoned, draw an extra card each turn. So that's one. And then we've also got the this one here, the Protective Feather. Bird-like creatures cannot damage you directly. That's also new. And then there's the Broken Cup. When an enemy gets shield, you get the same amount next turn. So these are the 4 new different artifacts which I've created. So let's go back here into the sandbox, and I've created a preset for each of them. So this is for the Emerald Stone. Let's look at what that looks like. So here we are, and now the combat starts, and then this creature has been petrified the first turn. So I can do that, and then gain 4 shield. There we are. We end the turn, and then
Enemy turn. Strong.
this creature becomes no more petrified, and then we continue, of course. So this is the Emerald Stone. Great. So let's check the next one. And the next one is here, the Broken Cup. Let's start the game. So here, the Broken Cup is when an enemy gets shield, you get the same amount next turn. So I've deliberately set this to cast spells. Let's do some Venom. Not damage what too hard because then we don't want it to die. Shield. Okay, so now he got 10 shield, and you'll see that we've got 10 shield as well. So this is what this Broken Cup does. Whenever he gets shield, the next turn, which we are now in, he gets, or the hero here gets 10 shield as well. So that's the Broken Cup. Now for the next one, we've got the Protective Feather. Start.
Fight.
So here we are, the Protective Feather. So bird-like creature cannot damage you directly. So here we have this bird-like creature, which is set to deal 16 damage. Let's get some shield and discard the cursed card here and do some damage. Well, that's not, because we're going to kill them, and then we won't see the effect.
Enemy turn.
End the turn.
Your turn.
So the effect, there was no effect of the bird doing something to you. So the shield did not diminish because bird-like creatures cannot attack you. So here we should, if I now end the turn, we should only get these 19. This should become 30. So let's do that.
Enemy turn.
That does nothing, and this does do something. So that's the Protective Feather. Right. And then there's the last one here, and the last one we go to the Talisman. Start the game.
Fight.
And the Talisman here, when you are poisoned, draw an extra card. So we're gonna do some fire damage. There we are.
Enemy turn. Poisoned.
So
Your turn.
Poisoned. And so instead of 5 cards, we get 6 cards. That's how this works, of course. That's the Talisman for you. So 4 nice extra artifacts. So let's check them out a little bit further, here we have them. This is the Talisman, Broken Cup, Protective Feather, Emerald Stone. So here is the artifact Petrify on start. Let's go and search for that. And here we'll see that, of course, when we start the battle, then we check if there's this Petrify on start artifact on our head. Then we pick a random enemy and we set the petrification. So we deliberately set this in a different functions. So it can be called from whenever we do it manually. For example, we set the petrification manually, or we have a petrification scroll, or in this instance, when we start the battle. So here we have the protective feather. And the protective feather, we see bird no damage. And then let's search for this one, bird no damage. And this is in the take damage function. We normally we set the amount to the intent amount. So the intent amount is the value that's set on the enemy, which is going to do the damage, how much damage it's going to do, that is determined beforehand. However, and then based on that var amount, we do some calculations. We will do a multiplication for feeble, etc. And but if it is a bird and the artifact type is bird no damage, then we set the amount to 0. It's very simple. And then all of these multiplications happen with 0, and the result is of course 0. So that's it. And the broken cup is enemy delay shield. Let's search for that. So the enemy delay shield here, this is of course when we perform the enemy attack. So when the enemy attack is not damage, but it is shield, so the next action is shield. Then we check if the artifact enemy delay shield is here, and we add this shield of that enemy to the delayed shield variable. And this delayed shield variable will be checked when the next turn starts. If this is a value higher than 0, then this is added to the shield automatically. So this is a delayed shield. We are using this variable which already existed, which was used for other cards. We just use it again in this artifact. And then there's this talisman, extra kite poison. Let's search for that one. Here we go. And then this is of course done in the next turn, because in the next turn we need to check for the number of cards. And here we check this player venom state. If this player venom state is larger than 0, meaning the player has been poisoned and this artifact of this type is on our HUD, we just add 1 to the number of cards to be drawn, and then we draw that number of cards. Pretty simple, so not too big of a rocket science here, but still for new nice artifacts to be added to the game in an easy way, and it just expands the vocabulary of the game and the options you have when playing it. So that's it. I hope you liked it. As always, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.